Welcome back. I'm your host, Leah. This is your host,
Britt.
And you are watching
Vedgecation!
Okay, so today we're talking about your perfect day. And whether that
Living
is
my best life.
taking your husband on a date or not taking your husband anywhere, taking your kids somewhere, or
Leaving them the heck at home with a babysitter.
we're not here to judge, but we do want to give you a lot of tips for creating a really positive, productive, good day. And for some of you, it might mean not doing a darn thing.
I know that's right.
Yeah, it
Preach
could be
to the lazies.
relaxing.
I love a good lazy day.
I love a great lazy day.
Yeah.
Especially because it never really rains in Colorado, so then when it does rain, it's like an anomaly. I'm like, is that rain? I should grab a book. I got to put comfy socks on. I got to get a cup of tea. I got to do like a whole thing.
Do people in Colorado, when it rains, they just like don't go out?
I don't
Because
think.
they're not used to like being wet?
I just think we all stare at it like, this is new. Yeah, and then it quickly changes from like rain to sleet to hail to snow, and then you just don't know.
Didn't it snow one day this summer? I feel like I was talking to you and you're like, yeah, there's snow. I'm like, but how?
Yeah,
Where
Colorado,
are you?
I consider like our weather a little bit drunk. You know, like you might stumble into something, could hit a hailstorm, like you don't
never know what to
Yeah,
expect.
Exactly.
I love drunk people that way. You know? Just,
Yes.
I don't know what I'm going to get. Surprise me. I like it.
Surprise me. Are you hungry? You horny? What are you?
So for today's episode, your best day, we're going to give you tips for your morning, tips for your afternoon. Maybe Coach Leah is going to help you avoid that midday crash so you don't have to feel like you want to take a nap at 2 o'clock. And we're going to give you tips for how to close out the night, maybe like a good bedtime routine. We're not going to talk about sex, are
No? I mean, we could.
we? We might.
We might.
You never know. We're like Colorado weather. You don't know what you're going to get with Vedgecation.
That's the most accurate representation of us I think I've ever heard.
All right, please come back. We have so much for you, and we're so excited because we have a lot in store, and we're going to give you your best day when we come back. Welcome back to Vedgecation. Like we said, we are talking about your best day. And I'm so excited because I like to think every day is my best day.
Heck, yes it is.
Preach, preacher.
Woo!
So, every day starts out in the morning for most people, unless you work
nights.
shift, then it starts at night. But we're going to talk about how you start your day. So you wake up, hopefully from like a nice, restful deep REM sleep.
Absolutely. What do you think the first thing is I'm going to tell you not to do in the morning? Any guesses?
The first thing not to do in the morning, don't stand straight up out of bed.
I don't know why you would think I would tell them not to do. How do you want them to stand like
Don't brush your teeth. No, you gotta brush your teeth.
Yeah, nasty.
What do people?
You are failing.
Wait, so you get up, you get out of bed. Oh, stretch. Don't stretch. Do stretch.
We're just gonna let her.
I'm not gonna guess.
No, and she's doing very poorly. The first
I didn't
thing
know there would be a quiz. I didn't study.
The first thing I'm gonna tell you not to do immediately when you wake up is grab your phone and go straight to your phone in the morning.
I should have guessed
Allow
that.
your body to wake up without having that stimulation first thing in the morning.
Interesting. Now, what if you use your phone as an alarm?
Yes. I highly suggest you go back to the old school way of not using your phone, but if you do want to use your phone, that's okay. I do recommend putting it in a different room, so that way you have to get up, walk over, turn off the alarm, and then you can leave it alone. Let's say you have 30 minutes, 45, an hour.
Coach Leigh, I got a question.
Yes.
If my phone is in the other room, how do I hear it?
Don't you have a bathroom attached to your room?
I mean, I do, but like, how do I hear it if it's far away? You know, because if the house is on fire, like Brian would have to get the kids because I might sleep through it unless the firefighter truck thing.
There's a perfect alarm clock for you, actually. So it's an alarm clock that drives away. And I think that's the perfect one.
It's going to take me with it?
No, but you're going to have to chase it or it's going to drive off your nightstand.
I like that, like a little fun game. I'll wake up so confused.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think Logan will want one too, but you'll just have to buy him one.
So Wake up, don't look at your phone.
Don't look at your phone. Yep.
Actually, I do have a little hack. So if you have an iPhone, you could just be like, hey Siri, turn off my alarm, right?
Right.
Awesome. I'm going to try that. I don't know why I didn't think of that before.
That's okay. We're learning something new every day.
Every day.
Yes.
What about hydrating first thing in the morning? Is it a good idea to drink water as soon as you get up?
Both my husband and I actually have different glasses or containers of water. He has his, I have mine. They're very different just because he likes to drink out of a straw and I do not. I think it tastes weird.
Interesting.
Yes. So both of us have water at all times. So it's great if you, especially if you struggle to get in your water, to have that by your bed and to be able to drink 8 to 12 ounces right when you wake up. It's going to wake up your internal organs, wake up your system, get you hydrated, started for the day. Perfect.
I love it.
And then if you're in a state that has a lot of sunshine, that's my best advice first thing in the morning. Even if you can get out and walk for 10 minutes. If you have a dog, you really have no excuse. Take them for a walk.
That's true. So wake up, drink some water, room temperature, not cold.
Right.
What about a little squeeze of lemon?
Little squeeze of lemon is perfect.
Yes. What about warm water with a little squeeze of lemon?
Also still perfect. Yes. So
this is the quiz you should have been giving me. Okay, this is what I studied for.
For men, I do want to point out that it is even more important in the morning to get that direct sunlight because that's going to help them raise up naturally their testosterone levels.
Okay.
Having that sunlight hit them first thing in the morning is really, really good for them.
So what about like opening a window and just like standing there and letting the sun beat you in the face?
I mean, I would rather you stand outside, but I'll take a window.
Okay.
I'll take what I can get.
What if you sleep naked?
I
Just gonna walk
do
outside
sleep naked. So thank you for calling me out on the show. I mean, I don't. I typically get dressed because Colorado's cold most of the time. I mean, we have like 4 months of hot weather, but
that's sad.
it's not. It's wonderful, by the way.
So how about stretching, yawning? Like, does that have benefits? I would think yes.
Yeah, I mean, stretching in general, you want to wake your body up. I honestly do not enjoy stretching in the morning. Why? Because my muscles and body are not warm. I tend to lift weights on a regular basis.
Gotcha.
So I prefer stretching at night after I've used those muscles. They're warm. I've gone through walks throughout the day. You know, they're in a good place to stretch. Stretching first thing in the morning can be difficult for a lot of people unless they're an active yoga person or just naturally really, really flexible.
I thought stretching was the way of telling your body like, okay, like time to wake up. But
it can be.
Okay.
Again, it's preference, right? So if you love stretching in the morning, it's your perfect day.
I mean, I don't love stretching anytime because it hurts because I'm not flexible. Like I used to be able to put my foot behind my head.
You've heard the saying, if you don't use it,
You lose it.
Yes, you lost it.
I totally lost it.
We can get it back though, I promise.
Okay.
Another thing, again, I journal every single day and I love that time by myself. And you know, there's a couple of questions that I always ask myself. So, you know, maybe you would find these beneficial. When I'm writing in my journal, the one thing I always ask myself is how am I feeling physically and how am I feeling emotionally? And I ask myself that question every day.
Okay.
Am I feeling physically strong but emotionally very drained, very tired? And then the other thing that I ask myself is if my husband, if I were to pass away today, which sounds morbid, but what would I want my husband to know about my day?
And then you write him a little note.
What would I want a person, whether it's my best friend or my husband, if they were to read my diary after I pass, what would I want them to know? And so I really just start my day with gratitude, gratitude, gratitude.
If you're a praying person, start your day speaking to Jesus. That's what I do.
Whether you meditate to the universe, meditate to God, it does not matter, but we're going to continue on with your perfect day in just a few moments. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to Vedgecation. So we just talked about a lot of ways to help start your best day off the right way.
Vegan breakfast?
Yes.
We just ate breakfast.
I know, and it was great. We actually had acai bowls.
We did.
And I love them.
Which can be controversial for a lot of people. Let me tell you why.
Because it's cold.
No.
It makes your teeth hurt.
Definitely not that.
Okay, what's controversial about acai bowls?
Sugar. What did we just talk about? Sugar.
So, but it's like sugar that occurs naturally in fruit, so.
Yes. But we still
It's
want to make
fine.
sure, right, that we're balancing it out with the fat.
Healthy fat. Put some nuts up in there, some pumpkin seeds.
And if you are having
granola.
a lot of that sugar in the morning, right?
Drink water.
Well, drink water, of course, but do we need to be having a ton of sugar for the rest of the day?
Probably not.
Definitely not. We're going to talk about sugar in a whole nother episode and how much sugar women should be getting daily, men should be getting daily, and kids. So it's just something to look out for. Acai bowls are amazing. I definitely recommend making them at home versus buying them, because a lot of the companies out there are making their own packages of added sugars, added sweeteners.
Unless you know for sure that the place that you are getting your bowl from is organic and they don't do added sugar.
Absolutely.
There's a place locally here that if you want to sweeten your acai bowl, they'll sweeten it with a date. So there's no added sugar.
best.
I know, I love dates.
I love dates too.
So, and I love going on dates.
I don't love going on dates because that means I have to wear pants that don't stretch. And I'm just not about that life anymore.
You don't even need stretchy pants.
I know I don't need them, but like I just feel free in my 30s, you know? I don't want anything confining me in. Look at this sweater. I can eat in this, I could drink in this, I could carry someone with me. I'm not carrying anyone currently. That is not a sign.
Okay, so we've had our best morning. We're moving into midday. How do we avoid the midday crash? Because I know for me, I wake up really early, I'm running, and like sometimes by like lunchtime, I'm like tired.
Yeah, so what a lot of people do that I hate, so they treat breakfast as small, lunch is small, and then when do they have their biggest meal?
At dinner.
Yes. When do we need the most energy?
In the morning.
Yes, morning. So you want to eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, dinner like a pauper. You want to have the least amount of
pauper?
dinner. I think that's what they call them, like a poor pauper. I don't know.
I thought it was peasant.
I think a peasant's a woman.
Okay.
We digress.
We're going to look that up.
Yeah, we'll figure that out, which is probably a lie to you guys, and I won't lie to you. We're not going to look that up.
No, we're not. We
But
don't care.
you want your dinner to be the smallest. You want lunch and breakfast to be bigger meals because you want that energy to sustain you throughout the day.
Okay.
If you're feeling like you need to have a midday snack, you're probably not doing enough fueling at the beginning of your day.
Gotcha. So one of the ways that you can tell if you have done breakfast correctly is you may not necessarily feel the need to snack before lunch.
Absolutely. And by the time you get to lunch, you're a little bit hungry. But when you make those meals so hearty, it is such a difference in your energy throughout the day versus trying to go small, small, large.
Okay. So you're not a big fan of snacking.
I'm not a huge fan of snacking, and let me tell you why. So there's an enzyme in our body that gets turned off when we chronically snack. And, you know, our body has to build up stomach acid. So if you are eating constantly, there's not really that much time to build up different stomach acids in your body.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting.
Needs breaks.
Yeah.
It's like a volcano down there.
That sounds a little scary because I don't want nothing in there erupting out of me.
I've been with you when it has. It was not fun.
I'm going to move on to a lunch recipe because I can't stand her right now. I love you.
I love bowls for lunch. Those are probably my favorite because you can just mix and match. And you just put a protein, a carb, and vegetables or greens.
Okay, so like rice, arugula, what's a good protein? Tofu?
Tofu, tempeh,
Beans?
seitan.
Okay.
Beans are not, unless you're doing lentils, beans are more on the carb side.
Okay.
Are they delicious and nutritious? Yes. But if you're eating a traditional bean, it's going to be more carby than it is protein.
So I like bowls too. I do, I really do. And like for me, I like bowls, I like salads, and a lot of times I'll put a lot of stuff in my salad so that I don't have to have a dressing. But for some reason, for my bowls, I prefer something to kind of like bring it together. So like a sauce or something.
Yeah, so my
You feel me, boo?
100%. And my current favorite at our house is a ginger sauce, and it is on my Instagram if you want to look it up.
I love it.
Yeah, but there's so many oil-free sauces. You can just type in on Google, oil-free sauce guide, and you'll get 100 that pop up. Make one or two up at the beginning of the week, and then no matter what you make, you can just drizzle some of that sauce over, and you're good to go.
I like it.
And it is going to pull everything together. And I recommend, switching out if you tend to be similar and you make bowls every week, great. If you do rice one week, do sweet potatoes the next week. If you do seitan one week, do tempeh the next week. You know, our microbiome is built up of diversity. So the more diverse that we can get with our diet, the better.
Okay, so I think it might be a myth then that like it's fine to eat the same stuff all the time.
I would call that a myth.
Interesting.
Yes.
So eating the same stuff all the time, it tells your body not
It's
great
not that
stuff.
it tells your body, but we have so many different microorganisms and bugs down here, right? So if you're feeding the rice bug all the time and not any of the quinoa bug,
It's not good.
right, you're going to end up being at an off balance. And people
Okay.
are like, well, just take a probiotic. Well, that doesn't solve everything, folks.
We have so much more for you. We're going to
We
be
do.
right back and talk about later in the day.
See you soon.
Welcome back to Vedgecation. We are talking about your best day. We've given you breakfast, we've given you midday and lunch, and now we're going to wind it down and finish
And not
off.
eat for dinner,
No, we're going to eat for dinner, but
That's
just
true.
like a little bit. A little bit for dinner.
which is not what anyone does, by the way.
No, but we do it wrong. Speaking of doing it wrong, I saw online that like everybody uses trash bags wrong. This is not at all related to what we're talking about.
Oh,
But
trust
did
me,
you
I already
know-
got educated. My husband made me turn it inside out. And
Good job, Gerald.
yes.
Yes. So we're gonna, like the trash bags,
Thank
we're gonna
you,
teach you how to
Kickback.
do dinner correctly, which is smaller portion. And then also dinner should be, I used to make fun of people for like eating dinner early, but turns out they were right, I'm wrong. You need to have a lot of time in between your last meal and when you go to bed, right?
As far as, again, if you're just trying to get calories in and, you know, if let's say you were counting your macros, does it really matter when you eat? No. Do I find that I sleep better when I eat earlier? Yes, because your body has to work all night to digest that food. Some people may be able to go to bed on a bucket of fried chicken and mashed potatoes from Kentucky Fried Chicken, but
Kentucky.
Kentucky. I don't know where my accent comes from.
I don't know either.
It just comes out
You're not
sometimes.
Southern.
I'm not, but sometimes I sound it.
Sometimes you are.
I don't know. But I could not do that. I don't feel my best when I go to bed on a really full stomach.
And I'm the opposite. I like to snack late in the day. I like to have my dinner and then like a little nosh.
What's a little nosh consist of? Tell me.
You know, it might be like a granola bar, it might be like some ice cream.
So sugar.
Yes. I have a problem, Leia. Please stop judging me.
She does have
I
a
can't
problem.
control my sugar.
So I may
My body
be
wants what it
one of
wants.
the world's best coaches, but I'm failing my best friend.
We're going to work on my sugar. We're going to change my taste buds. I know it.
Yes.
It's not impossible.
So what about nighttime routine?
Nighttime routine. So I like what you said about starting your day not looking at your phone. I actually don't look at my phone at night. So when people call me at like 8:30, I
Guilty.
wonder why I don't answer my phone. It's because it's over there.
Which is good because your phone light can keep you up at night.
Yeah.
So I always aim to try and put mine away an hour. What I do is I just let it die so then there's no way I can turn it back on. Because I do a lot of business on social media, you know, talking
You're on
to
your
people.
phone a lot.
I'm on my phone a lot.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I try and let it die. Then I go plug it in my room. The alarm's already set and I don't look at it again until the morning.
So you mentioned the lights, like how your body kind of like winds down if there's a lot of, is it ambient light? Like what comes from the phone and comes from the TV, is that what it's called?
Yeah, so there's the red light blockers and the blue light blockers. Blue light blockers obviously are going to be the ones that you're going to wear at night.
What is a blue light blocker? Is it like a mask?
Yeah, so
For your face?
there's evidence to show that it can block out that bad light from your phone that disrupts your sleep and keeps you
Interesting.
up all night.
Okay, so it's different than a regular face mask because I do enjoy those. Like a blackout, like just I don't want to see anything, I don't want to see anybody, like just let me sleep.
These are glasses. Yeah.
Oh, you sleep in glasses.
You don't sleep in them, no. It's just you're wearing them leading up to bed. If you want to sleep in glasses, Britt, though, go ahead.
So I like that. You can wear the glasses like leading into your bedtime routine,
Yep.
and then you take those off, you throw on your sleep mask like me, and then you just REM sleep all night long.
Yeah. And again, you know, one of the big things is if you can't get to sleep, try doing sleep meditations. Try doing,
love
bedtime
that.
meditations, things that will get you into that mode. I know last night when I flew in, right, it was 10 o'clock my time. I was wired, did not want to go to sleep. So I definitely turned on a sleep bedtime story meditation. It did help.
Do you have a preference of what you use, like a YouTube series or anything like
Yeah,
that?
I love Calm. Calm has the most bedtime stories, and you kind of feel like a kid again. Jay and I will play them, and it'll be like all these different stories. And last night I was listening, I don't know, it was one about the south of France, and it was very fancy.
This is what you listen to put yourself to sleep?
Well, last night I did. Sometimes it's about a teddy bear and his birthday. It just
So
really,
random.
really depends. Yes.
So we talked about having breakfast be a big meal, having lunch be a big meal, and then having dinner be kind of small.
Yep.
So what is one of your go-to dinner recipes?
Well, now that it's cold again, I am soup. I
love
am
soup.
soup, and more soup.
Yeah.
Soup is easily digestible. I love a good lentil soup. The Vegan 8 is probably my favorite website of all of them. Most of her recipes are 8 ingredients or less, so that is thevegan8.com. And most of her recipes are going to be oil-free.
I love it.
Just very simple, super flavorful. You can have a little piece of bread with it if you would like, if you need
A
something
little
hard.
piece of bread, like a crouton?
Or if you're my husband, you can have a whole baguette of bread. No one's here to judge you. But yeah, just, I always say start with a hearty bowl. If you feel a little hungry after 20 minutes, then have another bowl.
I do that with my kids when I give them a portion and then they say, well, I want more. I make them wait.
Yeah.
I make them wait, even if it's like 5 minutes. I'm like, let your food digest just for 5 minutes. I'm gonna come back. If you're still hungry, I will happily give you more. 9 times out of 10, they're fine.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of people do not give their body time to digest that food and get it down there. And that's another reason I don't recommend drinking water while you eat, or really drinking anything while you eat, because it messes with that digestion and your ability to be able to feel, am I really full? And so many people have lost that because we've all been on diets for so long. So we're either binging or we're restricting. And so we don't really know how that hunger cue even happens.
I know I don't.
You don't feel it?
No, I feel like I'm either super, super hungry or I can't eat because I'm just not hungry at all. I don't have an in-between, but I have started putting into practice, like when I'm actively eating and I finish my portion, I wait to see if I'm hungry. Like I do the same thing I do with my kids. And that has helped because, like I said, a lot of times turns out I wasn't hungry. I just wasn't finished eating what I had already eaten.
Right. And so again, it's slowing down enough to get back to listen to those hunger cues. Are you eating in front of the TV every night? That's going to mess with your body's ability to be able to say I'm full, because you're having that stimulation on the television or the stimulation on your phone. So get back to the table and slow down. Chew your food.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's one thing I can tell you today, chew your food. Try even just doing it 15 times before you swallow.
It's just gonna be water at that point. Like that's a
gonna be
lot
mush.
of chewing.
It's going to be mush. But if you think about a piece of broccoli, right? So think about it as you're putting it in your mouth. It's this huge thing. How's that going to work? Like how hard, if you chew it 3 times, is that that's
Well,
not
I
helping?
take tiny bites. I like to cut my food up real small, like a gerbil.
A gerbil?
Yeah, just like real tiny, little dainty bites.
I don't know why that equates to a gerbil, but
I
I'm just
don't
gonna
know.
I'm just gonna let you run
They're
with that.
tiny animals. They eat small bites. I don't know.
Well, again, we're not going to do the research on that. We'll let you guys do that for yourself. But we're going to be right back in a minute. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back. Thank you guys so much. We are wrapping up this episode about.
I don't want to wrap it up.
I don't want to wrap it up either. You know why?
Why?
Because we talked about a bunch of stuff, but like your best day, like there should be something fun, right?
There should be something fun in
And
every day.
And every day should be your best day. Live your best life.
I have to talk to my clients all the time about, they're like, okay, I've done this, I've been productive, I walked 10K steps, I worked out, I drank
Busy
my water.
syndrome.
Right, and I was like, did you have any fun today? And they're like, what's that?
What is fun?
What is fun? I can't tell you what that is, because fun for me may not be fun for you. Fun
True.
for me usually includes 2 poodles, my husband, a mountain, potentially a martini, and
A martini.
I like martinis right now.
I'm used to you drinking Prosecco. This is a new Leia.
Prosecco is bubbly and it kind of does something in my stomach now. I don't like it. I'm over it.
I don't know this girl.
She knew.
Martini Leia.
New hair,
New hair, who this?
new state, new best friend? No, just kidding. Same best friend.
So my best day includes my kids, my husband, usually music, and these days it's something active because let me tell you, if you look at my little Apple Watch, I've been active for like 60 days. Proud of myself.
It's not hard. And it doesn't matter how you're active. And that's what I keep putting into place with everyone. I don't care how you get moving, people.
Just get up and do it.
Just move. I don't care if you're dancing. I don't care if you're jumping on a trampoline. I don't care if you're jumping on your husband or wife.
Don't jump on your husband. Definitely don't jump on your wife.
I mean, it depends if she likes jumping.
I mean, if you're naked, maybe.
Correct. What
We
do you
don't
think I was
judge.
talking about?
I don't know. I just envisioned like a trampoline, but it was a person. It's not fun.
No. And this is why we don't buy Brit nice things. But anyways, we hope you learned something today, and we hope you implement your perfect day and share it with us on our socials at
Vedgecation, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Woo!
But also, we hope you got
Vedgecated!
because you need to get vegetated every single time.
Every time, every day. Have your best day.